Good morning, YouTube fans. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson. It is Friday morning, July 15th, 2016, 10:15 a.m. And I told you on Tuesday morning of July 12th that I would give you a YouTube video update of what happened when I spent Monday night up at Soya, SOIA, the Southern Oregon Interaction Area. Zeus and I went up there on Monday evening, July 11th. Zeus is the official mascot of Team Squatch in USA, I might add. So Zeus and I went up there Monday evening. Beautiful night, warm, very warm, I might add. And there was some movement around the base camp, you know, while it was still light. A wood knock here, a wood knock there. That's just their way of saying, you know, hi, we're here. And then the sun set and, you know, had more movement. I sang some songs and I whistled and, you know, did some talking because I'm supposed to be a teacher for their youth. So I just kind of share tidbits of human history and the way humans behave and our culture and customs, and at least here in our country, and share that they're different in other countries. And so anyway, we went to bed around 11 p.m. We, as in myself and Zeus, the official mascot of Team Squatch in USA. And anyway, we went to bed around 11, and then around 1, I hear some movement at the side of my cot. And then the upper sleeping bag, which is used as a blanket to cover the sleeping bag I'm in to keep me warm, gets pulled over. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And keep in mind, as I've always told you, if you've watched enough of my YouTube videos, I sleep with a t-shirt over my eyes. It's a quirky little thing I have. I can't sleep unless I have a t-shirt over my eyes. So I have the hoodie over my head, I have the t-shirt over my eyes, the sleeping bag is like up here. And so anyway, this top layer gets peeled over, and then suddenly I feel this hand slide over the top of my arm as it's coming underneath the sleeping bag and starts to lift it up. Well, Zeus was sleeping inside the sleeping bag, down between my feet at the bottom of the bag, and in 0.5 seconds, I mean not even 1 second, he was up on my chest, ready for whoever, which was the adolescent Squatch, by the way, lifting up the bag. As soon as it got lifted up, he was like right there looking at him face to face going, "Arr!" And then the adolescent Squatch stood up and started running down toward the truck. And Zeus hopped off the cot and gave chase and following him. And I'm like, oh crap, this is not going to be good. It's pitch dark. And I fumble for my little flashlight that I leave laying on the cot by the pillow and turn it on, and I'm pointing it down toward the truck in the logging road, which has to be about, I don't know, 80 feet away from my cot. And I'm going, Zeus, Zeus, Zeus. And I see him, the flashlight lights up his little white and black body. And what you're about to hear is pretty mind-blowing. I see him standing on his hind legs, and his two front paws are leaning against something that I can't see, i.e. the adolescent Sasquatch is cloaked. So he's standing on his hind legs, his two front paws are leaning against something, and he's like dodging his head and playing with him like he would with me if his two hind legs were on my leg, leaning against my leg, standing up, playing with me while I'm reaching down with my hand and playing with him. And I'm like watching this, and I'm like, okay, they did that with Atlas. They befriended Atlas and they played with him and called him outside the perimeter, and he'd spend 2 to 5 minutes outside playing with him, come back with his little tail wagging. Zeus is going to be okay. That was not a wood knock, that was a gunshot. And that gunshot came from a park across the river. Not legal to shoot guns in parks, but there's always morons who like to break the rules. Not that I'm anti-gun, I have lots of guns, but You don't break the rules with your guns. That could be dangerous. Anyway, done with that little public service notice for morons out there. Anyway, they did that with Atlas. They befriended Atlas. And so I turned off my flashlight. I laid back down on my cot. And about 5 minutes later, I hear, these bipedal steps coming from the truck back to the side of my cot. And then Zeus was slowly and gently placed on top of my chest. And I couldn't see who was holding him, but I most definitely saw my dog floating in the air, because whoever had him was cloaked, and put him gently on my chest. And Zeus was like licking my nose, and his little tail was wagging 1,000,000 miles per hour like he just spent 5 minutes with his best friend. And I'm like, wow, okay. And by the way, if you remember, a couple videos ago, I talked about when Cynthia and I were up there, and how Zorth walked in at the 12 o'clock position, and then we had another one walk in at the 10 o'clock position, and then one came from kind of behind over my left shoulder at 7 o'clock. And that one was trying to entice Zeus to come to him, and Zeus would bark, 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 back up, and then it was like something was approaching him going, come on, buddy, come on. And he'd go bark, 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 back up, bark, 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 back up, bark, 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 back up. And he did that about 5 times before he turned around and ran to Cynthia, mommy, mommy, mommy. And so I believe it was the same juvenile Squatch, or adolescent Squatch, that was trying to befriend Zeus. So anyway, mission accomplished. Zeus has been befriended. And it'll be fun to see what happens the next time we go up to Soya. Now, I want to take care of something else since we're rolling here. Several people are starting to contact me about, can I come to Soya for a healing? I need to let you know that, I've had 3 healings: my leg, my prostate, my abdomen, and all medically documented, I might add. Mike Kincaid has had a healing. Steve Bachman, who came up, had a healing. We know other friends around the country who've had healings through their own Squatches. Timothy Collins, and some other people who wish to remain unnamed, so I'm not going to call them out. But they've had healings. They're just not ready to talk about it publicly. So anyway, several people are starting to contact me saying, Matt, can I come out there for a healing? I'm not opposed to giving that a shot. As I've shared recently, mission accomplished, mystery solved, and that there's going to be some changes going on in the realm of Bigfootdom that you're going to be noticing over the next year or two. So my whole purpose for going up to Soya now is just interaction, just hanging out with friends. And I don't think they would be opposed to my bringing people there for that purpose, but what you need to understand is that I can't guarantee you that they'll choose to try to heal you. That's not a guarantee. Matter of fact, they healed my leg without me even knowing it or asking. It's just something they choose to do when they want to do it. So someone else said, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? Obviously, you must be new. You haven't been following my research for the last several years. The answer is nothing. I don't charge people for coming out with me. I don't charge people. The minute I start charging people to come out, then I'm a scam artist and my credibility goes out the window. This is not about money, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not in this to make money. I'm in this to just simply learn what's going on and share the truth. That's why I do what I do. So if it works out for you to come out here to Soya for the possibility, no guarantee, the possibility of a healing, I'm not charging you anything. Doesn't work that way. Now, if you want to be like some people and maybe buy me a dinner, hey, I won't turn down a free dinner. But as far as, this is going to cost 200, 300, 500, bucks, I'll pay you $1,000. No, I don't want your money. No. I'll take a free dinner. Free dinner. That's like what, 10 bucks, 15 bucks, 20, depending upon the restaurant. I'll take that, but I'm not taking 200, 300, 500, 600, 1,000 bucks. That's ridiculous. And that's not what this is about. This is not a money-making venture. So, what else? There was one other thing. Speaking events. I'm going to be speaking in Yelm, Washington. I believe Friday, September 16th. There's some kind of community theater there. And so I'll be speaking in Yelm, Washington, Friday, September 16th, for a few hours in the evening. It's just going to be me. It's not, our TSUSA conference. That's going to be next April in Bellingham, Washington, April 21st through the 23rd. 2017 at the Baymont Inn and Suites in Bremerton, Washington, not Bellingham, Washington, my bad. Bremerton, Washington. I'm also going to be speaking down in the Los Angeles area around August 19th, give or take a day. We're still trying to nail down dates. I need a place to stay down there. If somebody's got a spare bedroom and a bed large enough to, contain a body that's almost 7 feet long, I'd appreciate the bed space. So, again, I'll be speaking down in the Los Angeles area, I believe around Hollywood. So, if you have a spare bedroom and a bed that is big enough for, me, I would appreciate you getting a hold of me. And, I haven't been doing a good job of this, but if you have yet to join our Facebook group, you need to get on Facebook and type in Team Squatching USA and join our Facebook group. We have like 7,300 members, a lot of real good researchers sharing their information there, and lots to learn from a lot of great people. So if you have yet to join our Facebook group, it's Team Squatching USA. That's Team Squatching USA. Join us on Facebook. I will possibly go back up to Soya for another solo evening sometime this weekend. So if I do, you'll hear about it. And if you have yet to watch all my videos, you really need to go down to the very first video and work your way up. And you'll see the progression of what we're learning and the witnesses and the evidence. So, you never start reading a book last chapter. I know some people, are in the habit of reading last chapter first. You don't go down to the first video, work your way up. And then go over to SoundCloud.com and type in Team Squatching USA. SoundCloud.com, type in Team Squatching USA, and start listening to the audio recordings once again from the earliest one to the latest one. It's going to take a lot of time. You're not going to get it done in one night. Wear headphones. Don't use your crappy computer speakers. Don't use your cell phone speaker. Don't use your earbuds. Use real live headphones. And because some of the stuff you're going to need the headphones to hear it. Other stuff, it'll be pretty obvious. But anyway, if you want to follow up and learn about the research, then that's your best way of doing it. Plus going to the Facebook group and keeping up with the posts there. So I will get back to you later. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below. Negative comments will be deleted and you'll be banned from posting. I'm not into negativity and don't have to put up with it, quite frankly. You can go crap on somebody else's YouTube channel. This is Dr. Matthew Johnson. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.